Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Massive thank you to YouTube user Mr. Wren 2007 for sending me a beer which I have been after for such a long time. I tried it years ago, remember liking it, but I love this beer, I love this brewery for two reasons, and that is, well, just want to get this bottle cap in show for two reasons, and that is reason number one: the brewery's from Downton in Salisbury in Wiltshire, where my wife is from, Mrs. Real Ale Guide. Her name was Downton before she became a Martin, marrying me, so deep roots down there in Salisbury. And the second, well, there's three reasons really. The second reason is I'm a huge fan of Time Team on Channel 4. Massive fan of Time Team. The head archaeologist on Time Team on Channel 4 is Phil Harding, and I believe Phil Harding has, what a clean glass of beer, I believe Phil Harding has some shares in this brewery. It's a bottle conditioned beer. The sediment's just starting to come through now, so I'm going to be very careful. There is actually a lot of sediment there, I don't know if you can see it. And the third reason is that Salisbury is my favourite part of the world. It's very expensive to live there. The place goes back hundreds, if not thousands of years. Human occupation there. I love the place. They've got a fantastic cathedral. It's a fascinating area. It's full of colour and wildlife and nature. I just love it. So yeah, they're the three reasons. But look at the beer. Not much of a head there. Golden in colour as you would expect. Level of carbonation is quite nice considering it's bottle conditioned. I'll show you what I mean by bottle conditioned later on in the review, but for now let's get the nose. Without getting my nose in there. Bit of orange peel, bit of spice, bit of sweet malt, and a nice hop bitterness in the nose. I'm looking forward to this. Been probably about 7 years since I tried it last. Cheers everyone. Oh. Up front you're getting a lot of the sweet malt, followed by a bit of a dip in the middle. There's not a massive amount in the middle to this beer, but then towards the end you've got this onset of bitterness which keeps coming and coming, and it's still, the bitterness is still coming while I'm talking now after that mouthful. Flavour then. Lemon peel, orange peel. It's not that fleshy orange, like you've just cut an orange in half and you've grabbed the flesh and you've eaten it. It's not that orange, or it's not that lemon. It's more the orange peel and the bitterness. But I actually like that. It's a different dimension to the bitterness. It's a different. You do get a lot of beers which give you that grapefruit and lemon bitterness of the flesh of the lemon, the flesh of the grape. But this is a little bit different. I'd say this is more the lemon peel. Nice level of sweet malt in there. Gives you that classic English bitter-sweet taste where it takes you from one extreme to the other. Bit like how the Chinese cook food really, where you got sweet and sour. Total different variation in the flavour, but it does work. It certainly works with beer. They've been brewing beer like this for hundreds and thousands of years. The colour of the beer, like I said, it's a golden beer. There's not been much head with the beer all the way through the review. I'm not sure what that's like if you get it on cask. The carbonation does move the beer around your mouth, over your tongue. It gives you that zingy edge, but it's not too much. Sometimes it's a little too much and it gasses you out like a lager. This has got the balance right, where it's enough to push the beer around your mouth, but it's not enough to gas you. Completely fill your belly with carbonation, which you don't want. You want to drink a few of these. I don't think I give the ABV on this. It's 5% volume. It's the award-winning Summer Lightning. I'm going to show you the back. I won't read it out because they look at all the awards for this beer on the back here. I really do suggest going out and trying this. It's a very, very good beer. It is bottle conditioned. I did promise you at this stage of the review I would show you what bottle conditioning means. It's the second fermentation process in the beer. The first stage of the fermentation happens in the brewery. They put it in a bottle with a bit of yeast in the bottom. It carries on its second fermentation in the bottle. It means you can age the beer if you like. It basically, look at that. See the different colour of the beer now? It's hazy. All bits floating around. I actually like it. If I was drinking this beer in the house on my own without reviewing it, I would just pour it all in anyway. Now you've got a different kind of head. Now it's a one finger head. The head is quite a sticky head. Very, very nice. They ask you to store upright with the bottle. There you go. Because the brewer would prefer you didn't pour the yeast in the bottle. So you leave the last 10 ml out. But if you like it, go ahead and pour it in. I do. Let's see what it tastes like with the yeast in. I always find it gives you that little bit of grittiness, that tiny bit of grittiness and almost chalkiness. But you do get a sense of the brewer's yeast, most certainly with this beer. And it's a huge, I haven't picked it up before now, but it's a huge part of this beer, the yeast they're using. I'm not sure if Hopback have got their own strain of yeast they're using at the brewery, but it certainly is quite different. Also the water quality in the beer. The water in the beer, don't forget it when you're reviewing a beer, or when you're drinking a beer. There's 4 main ingredients and water is just, it's the same fundamental importance as the other 3 ingredients. The hops, the malt, the yeast. The water is just important because it's probably 97%, 96% of the beer. So you can't count that out. So the water quality of this beer is wonderful. It's really pleasant. It gives you that bit of an edge. I'm really enjoying this beer. I want to give out the website and the telephone. If you're in the UK, give me a ring on 01725 510 986. The website is www.hopback.co.uk. Check them out. If you haven't watched Time Team, if you haven't seen Phil Harding on Time Team, watch Time Team. It's an absolutely fantastic show. Time for the rating for the Summer Lightning. I really enjoy it. It's got a lovely pleasant bitterness. It's lovely and sweet in the malt. The balance is fantastic. The yeast tastes, it's a very big fundamental part. So is the water content used. For me, for all them reasons, the carbonation's just about right. Putting all of them bits together, you will probably want to drink 4 or 5 of these if you wanted to, quite easily. I really enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Put your comments in the comments box. I'll always answer. Subscribe if you like, and cheers.